Welcome to Alma Wellbeing. My name is Anam, and today I will be guiding you through this 20 to 30 minutes of full body flexibility yoga practice for beginners. So, if you're someone who is following my channel, you will notice that this is a different practice than what I usually teach on my YouTube, which is more restorative. This is a more kind of a mobility flow, um, and I hope you will enjoy it. So, go ahead, get settled, and come into a comfortable seated position. Gently close your eyes and lengthen your spine. You may want to imagine that you are breathing into the length of your spine with each inhalation. You're lengthening up towards the ceiling. And with each exhale, you're grounding deeper into the surface beneath you by allowing your hips to become heavier. Breathe in, inviting in nourishment, vitality, mindfulness, and breathing out, releasing all the tensions and the worries, the blockages from the body. Breathing consciously into your spine, into the length of your spine, and breathing out, making the contact with the earth below you. Let's deepen that breath a little bit by inhaling on the count of 4. So, one big inhale, but slowly count for 4 in your head. So, go ahead, breathe in and breathe out on the count of 6. Breathe in and breathe out. Two more times. So breathe in on the count of 4 and breathe out on the count of 6. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently open your eyes and switch the cross of your legs. So if your right foot was on top or in front of your left foot, bring the other foot on top or in front of the other foot. And we're going to take a big inhale, open our hands towards the back, squeeze the shoulders towards each other, look up. And as we exhale, we're going to round our spine, give ourselves a nice big hug here. Breathe in, open up, lengthen and expand your spine all the way up to your cervical. And as you exhale, round your spine, give yourself a big, big hug. We're going to do this a few more times. You can move with your own breath, create your own flow here. Allow your body to be fluid. Don't think about what's right and wrong here. Nobody's watching you. And even if somebody was, this is yoga, this is your personal practice. Inhale, invite in the breath, invite in length and space, and as you exhale, invite in relaxation and softness. Two more times at your own pace, deepening your seated cat and cow position. Then gently come back to the center after your last practice hug and make your way onto an all four. We're going to start with some gentle cat and cow movement and then flow into a reverse plank. So for cat and cow, if you're a beginner, breathe in, drop your belly, push your hips back, and as you exhale, round your spine. You may want to maintain the integrity of your spine that you did when we were seated and breathing into the length of our spine. Let's all meet in cat position. Rounded spine. Press your hands into the earth. Push the earth away from your body, and we're going to hold our breath here for 4. Inhale, come back to the center, and slowly swing your feet across, bringing your feet to the tops of your mat, keeping your knees bent, and bring your hands about 1 foot away from your body. We're gonna lengthen our collarbone here, expand the collarbone as we squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Press into our heels and then inhale, slowly lift the hips higher. If you have the flexibility, you can always straighten your legs and even point your toes and then gently drop the head back. But if this is too much, you can always stay here, keep your knees bent, lift your hips higher. And if your neck allows, you can drop the head back or you can keep your chin tucked like I have right now. Slowly release your stretch, bring your hips down. Bring your hands in front of you. And we're just going to do some wrist rolls here. Going in the opposite direction. Then bring both the feet by your hips. Bringing both the knees on the outside of the mat and feet together. We're going to come into a wide knees child's pose, Balasana here. Allow the head to fall down towards the mat and press your hips into your heels gently. Once again here we are lengthening our spine. So instead of rounding yourself, you want to think about opening your heart towards the earth below you. With your fingertips, you're going to reach forward towards the front of the mat. With your next breath, take your right hand to the right side and bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Interlace your fingers or place one hand next to each other, whichever is possible. Exhale, come back to the center and move to the other side. Make your way back to the center, press into your hands. Before we get up into our down dog, we're just gonna take a moment here to lengthen our spine. So instead of, kind of doing a back bend here and opening your chest, what you want to do is you want to scoop your hips a little bit and create that one straight line from your hips, your middle back, up to the shoulders and your neck. You may want to engage your core here a little bit to maintain that stability of your back. And we're going to breathe here for 5. And then gently shift your weight forward onto your knees, tuck your toes, come into a down dog position. You may want to pedal your feet here to check in with your hamstrings. Perhaps press your chest towards your thighs. Give yourself a nice deep stretch here, bringing your head down towards the mat. And then bend your knees, look between the hands, and very tiny steps. Make your way to the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Here you can hold your shins and pull yourself down even further, or you can keep your hands on your shins. Inhale, lengthen up your spine. Exhale, soften your hands down towards the mat. Take your right leg back and down. And we're going to lean into the front hip a little bit. Inhale, bring both the hands above our head. Bring both the hands down. Tuck your back toes and take the front leg back into down dog. Then bring the right foot forward and drop the left knee down. Inhale, shifting the weight a little bit forward, sinking into the right hip, and bring both the hands up, shoulders away from your ears. Bring both the hands down. Take the front leg back, and here we are going to come into an up dog. So this is a variation of up dog. In traditional up dog, your thighs are lifted off the ground. But in this one, we're going to keep the thighs down and reach back with our pointed feet while we soften our shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, take your hips back into a little bit of lifted child's pose, where your hips are not touching the heels, but they are down towards the heels. And we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Inhale, come back to the center by pressing yourself up into a seated posture. And to close today's practice, swing both the legs forward. But before we go down towards Savasana, I think it would be really nice if we do one forward fold. So bring your hands up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, stretch and bend from the crease of your hips, your hip flexors, forward down towards your feet, grabbing your toes or the outside of your feet, and gently press yourself down towards your knees, looking at your toes as if you're going to reach the toes with your forehead. Inhale, come back to the center and make your way into a lying down position to close today's practice. Bring both the hands by your side, feet away from each other, falling where they fall naturally. And take a moment here to observe the length of your spine, observe the length of your body, and observe the weight of your body that sinks into the surface beneath you. You may want to observe the mass of your body without the emotions. So for a moment, imagine that all the emotions and on the good spectrum or the bad spectrum have been taken out, removed from the physical body. Observe what is left there. Observe the weight of your body. Observe your breath. And breathe into this non-emotional part of your physical body. With your next breath, gently open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring both the hands together, thumbs together to the forehead, the area between your eyebrows. And we're just gonna breathe in 3 times here with the intention of breathing into our third eye chakra, which is located between the eyebrows. Once you're done with your third breath, turn to the right side and help yourself to come into a seated posture to close today's practice. Bring both the hands to your heart center. Set your intention for the day ahead. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you wish to follow me on my yoga journey on YouTube and practice with me every day, please consider liking and subscribing my Yoga Space channel. Wishing you all a wonderful day ahead and looking forward to seeing you in the next session.